Hi guys, welcome back to Refreshing Motherhood. If you are new here, my name is Taylor and I'm so excited to have you. Thank you for watching this video, hopping onto my channel. If you want to subscribe, I have an 19-month-old daughter now and an angel baby, if you have not guessed by the title of this video. And this is something that is really near and dear to my heart. This was not the first video I've made on this topic and it will definitely not be the last. So if you want to subscribe and see the more videos coming at you on all things motherhood, then I would absolutely love that. I'd love to have you join this village. So today I'm answering your questions about miscarriage in general, and my miscarriage specifically. I did do a miscarriage story video where I just kind of talked about more in detail what exactly happened. If you want to go watch that video, I will have that one linked. But today I wanted to answer some of your questions and dig a little bit deeper into some things that you guys might want to know, or feelings that you're having, or anything like that. The first question I have is, have you struggled with feeling guilty? And this one's super easy because it's easy to blame yourself. It's easy to feel guilty about the situation, thinking that maybe it's something that you did wrong. And absolutely, I've struggled with this. I think it's super natural and common. The first thing that we do is think, gosh, if I only wouldn't have done that, if I wouldn't have worked out as hard as I did that day, if I would have eaten better, if I would have, not missed my prenatal or whatever. There's tons of things about what if, but my midwife and my doctor all reassured me so well that this is not anything that I caused. This isn't anything that you can just cause, like, oh, if you just don't do this, then you'll never have a miscarriage. Like, that's not how it works. It's so common. It happens for so many different reasons on levels that we don't have any control over. So I definitely have struggled with that. I think it's normal and it's okay to feel those feelings, but as long as you feel those feelings and then reason and understand, but I shouldn't feel guilty because I didn't do anything wrong, and this is not my fault. This is not anything that we caused, and so it's really important to make sure you keep telling yourself that, and eventually those feelings of guilt will go away. Next question is, have you guys named or thought about naming the baby so you have something to call the baby when you guys talk instead of just saying the miscarriage? And this is something that I have thought about, and I really do go back and forth on the issue because names to me are very important and very purposeful, and usually Seth and I don't pick a name unless we know the gender. We'll kind of talk about names that we like, but we really want to link that name specifically with that baby and feel like we know that baby. So because we didn't really get a chance to know this baby enough or know the gender, it's hard. I feel really torn. I feel like on one hand I would like to have something to call this specific child, but on the other hand, I don't know. I don't know if that would help me heal or not. Like, I know that this baby does have a name. Like, I believe that this baby is in heaven. Like, that's what I believe. And so I just don't know what that name is, and I don't know if I will know that name. You know what I mean? It's a very weird situation. I don't know. So I'm definitely torn about that. I think that if I had maybe been further along, then maybe we could have chosen kind of a general gender neutral name. But I just don't know. I still don't know how I feel. I don't know if we will or not. Do you have to wait a while to get pregnant again? My doctor actually said because I was pretty early on and all of my levels returned back to normal pretty quickly, I do not have to wait. Sometimes if you're farther along, they want you to wait like a cycle or 2, even 3, to let your body kind of reset. But in my specific situation, I did not have to. How did you get your husband to understand what you were going through? In the moment, it's really difficult because they cannot feel what we're feeling. Specifically when I was actively miscarrying and I felt like a sense of emptiness and like I was losing that womb, like that was so full, like it was becoming empty. That was something that was really hard to communicate, but I think that the biggest thing was pushing through all those emotions and those feelings and trying to work out what you're feeling in your head out loud with your husband. That's what I did, and as I was feeling things, I was just trying to explain them the best that I could, and it was helping him understand what I was feeling. I felt so like mixed up inside and conflicted and overwhelmed with this emotion and grief and confusion, and just trying to, you know, talk that out with him was helping him understand more. He knows that he won't ever fully understand because he didn't experience it and he can't experience it, but if I were to have kept that in, then he really wouldn't know anything. So I think the best thing is every single day, just continue to keep that conversation and that communication open. Even now to this day, I still have hard days and I still cry and I break down, and my first instinct is to try to push it aside, bottle it up, push it down and not think about it, but that does not get me anywhere. So instead I say, okay, this is what happened and this is what I'm feeling, and I know that this is maybe not rational, but this is just what I'm feeling, and it just helps him understand my healing process, because it's a long process. It doesn't just happen overnight. So that's my biggest advice for that question. When are you planning to try again for a baby? I know everyone is ready at different times after a miscarriage, but interested in what you and Seth feel. I feel a lot of conflicted feelings on this topic. I still want a baby. I still want a second child here. I still want Denver to have a sibling. So all those feelings are still there, but it's clouded by feelings of grief, feelings of I wanted that baby, like I don't want to just replace that baby, you know, I still want that baby. So that's what's really challenging, and it's tricky, and there's a ton of fear going into another pregnancy and worrying about, well, will I be able to bond with that baby? Will I be able to, you know, trust the process and, you know, go through it without being crippled by anxiety that something might go wrong again? And those are questions that I haven't really fully answered yet. I feel definitely just conflicted. Seth is more ready than I am, but he's very aware of what I'm feeling, and, you know, ultimately put the decision kind of up to me. Like, he wants to do what I feel most comfortable with. I think that the act of like tracking my ovulation and trying to time it, like to make sure I get pregnant on this cycle or whatever, it's way too overwhelming for me to try to think about right now. So that will probably not come for a while. So I don't know, I still feel so heavy. My heart still feels so broken and so, you know, so saddened and so tender, and so it's hard for me to want to open my heart up again to the potential and the possibility of another pregnancy and another baby. Can you share what ways you felt most supported after your miscarriage? Do you have ideas for how someone can help out and support a family going through this when we don't understand what they're going through? I'm super glad that somebody asked this question, because this is something that I definitely feel super passionate about, and I've had friends ask me this question too, like, you know, I don't know what to say, or what can I do, what can I say? I think that number one, the biggest thing that made an impact on me when I was actively going through my miscarriage was having people just sit with me and be sad with me. Like, I didn't need somebody to be like, oh, it's gonna be okay, like, you know, your rainbow baby's coming, you know, let's be positive, whatever. While those things are good, but in the moment I needed somebody to mourn with me, because I was mourning the loss of this child that I had. So when I just had people come and sit down next to me on the couch and just hug me and cry with me, those are the things that made the most impact on me, because it showed me that this baby did matter and this baby was important to other people, not just myself. So that was the biggest thing of how I felt supported, and just like small little acts of kindness, showing that they cared. Maybe it was a card, or, you know, some flowers, like coming and making me a meal, or helping with my household and my family. Like, those are big things for me. I was laid up for like a solid week where I just did not, I wasn't able to do much. I wasn't able to really take care of my family, so having people come in and help me with that, so I didn't feel like everything was out of control, that was really, really helpful. My story and my miscarriage and this baby is like always on my mind now. Like, it's so deeply woven into my testimony that it's a part of me. And so having somebody come up to me and just start talking like normal and not acknowledging it makes me feel sad. Like, I want you to, you know, to say something, like, even if it's just like, I'm so sorry for your loss, I've been praying for you. That's huge. That's all you need to do. It means so much to me when somebody comes up and says something like that. Like, it makes my heart feel full, because I know that this baby, you know, was was important. I hope that that was able to just kind of open up the conversation a little bit more and give you guys some more information or shed some light on, you know, how we are feeling post miscarriage now. I'd love to keep like updating you guys, and I will. I'm sure that there's going to be, you know, hurdles in the future that I'm gonna have to overcome as I continue on my grief journey. But I appreciate you guys walking this with me and praying for me. And you know, there's so many out there who have experienced the same, and I've been equally praying for you guys, and my heart is just, I just feel so strongly for this topic. And you know, I want to be able to provide encouragement and comfort and support for anybody in this situation. So please know that I am here. Thank you so much for watching this video and for asking me some really great questions. Be on the lookout. I have some more videos coming in the future, and I'm grateful that I'm able to, you know, talk about this and really have a platform where people feel safe, and where I feel safe to share my story. So thank you for that. I will see you in my next video.